Hi everyone, I'm Josh. We're here in the compost demonstration site at Cornell Cooperative Extension of Broome County, and we're going to be talking about the basics of composting. For your compost site, you want to have level ground. If you don't have level ground, you can either dig until it is level or you can build up onto it. So what we've done here is we put this compost bin onto a pallet to make it level. If you don't have a level pile, it might just flop over because you want to build tall, not so much out and lopsided. This bin specifically is built to be on a pallet, but the specifications for your compost bin or the dimensions of it should at least be 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. You can go a little bit larger, up to 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet, but no larger than that. So at least 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet, or 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet, or somewhere in between. For the compost bin itself, there's a lot of different designs that you can have to suit your needs. There's almost certainly a compost bin for you, regardless of how much money you can spend on it, your handiness, or any other things you're worrying about. There's a bin for you. Once you have a site for your bin and you selected your bin, in this case we have an earth machine. You can get this at the Broome County landfill for 45 bucks, pretty good. You can start adding to it. And before you start adding, I would recommend having some browns on hand. And by browns, I usually mean dry leaves, straw, maybe newspaper, or a mix of all of those. Here we have dry leaves because we have a lot in the Cutler garden here. I try to keep them dry in a container like this. Little garbage can just full of leaves, which is really handy. When I come through and I want to add some food scraps, I first get a handful of leaves and I add it to the pile, trying to build up the sides of it so the food scraps aren't touching the sides, and that's when everything can get kind of smelly or attract pests. So I added some leaves in there. Now I'm going to reach down and I'm going to add my food scraps, fruits and vegetables only, no meats, dairies, or fats in here. Gonna open this up. I keep mine in the freezer, but you can just leave it in a container on your counter side in your kitchen. Either way will work, but I'll just add these right into the pile and cover it up with more leaves. Make sure we can't see it at all. And I'm trying to add, you want to have about 3 parts brown to 1 part green. So I was going maybe 3 handfuls of brown to 1 handful of greens. That's to get the right ratio between the carbon and the nitrogen. Carbon being in the leaves, nitrogen's mostly in the food. So with that balanced and the proper moisture, everything will break down nicely. So the moisture content in your bin should be around 50 to 60%. You can think of that as like a wrung out sponge. And sometimes adding food waste gives enough moisture, other times it's not, and we'll have to add some water. In this case, I'm gonna water the top of it just to make sure we have enough moisture in here. Nothing too much, just a little drizzle here. The dry leaves will soak up that water. It'll go down through the pile and make everything kind of moist, which is perfect for the microorganisms that are doing the work in composting everything. So those are some considerations you should take when starting your compost bin. As time goes on, you'll want to turn it, but we'll talk about that later. But for now, if you're looking for more composting information, you can visit our website, ccebroomcounty.com/environment/composting, or you can email me at jse67@cornell.edu. Happy composting.